When the concept of the World Hockey Association Hall of Fame was fully established in 2009, many people thought it was about time because the WHA, even though it folded in 1979, still had a major impact on the NHL and other pro leagues since the 30 years since its disbanding. Now, for those 5 people out there who don't know what the World Hockey Association is, it was a rebel league with cities across North America that had former NHLers, longtime minor pros, and Europeans joined together to give a better aspect of the game. It was more wide open, it had more fights and more excitement, and because its format was designed with the fan in mind, a lot of the game's players had some of the most colorful and interesting jerseys in pro sports history. Now, even though many teams folded, many teams moved, the great affection we have in Canada for the association, especially in the media, because it was just not your typical NHL boring, game. The WHA, every game was interesting. Now, the World Hockey Association Hall of Fame is an independent organization, again, dedicated to honoring the WHA players and team. Now, because the WHA started in 72 and ended in 79, it's considered major pro. Now, officially partnered with the United States Hockey Hall of Fame, the WHA Hall of Fame Permanent Museum displays are located within the United States Hall of Fame Museum in Eveleth, Minnesota, with touring displays made available to be viewed at select locations and for special events. Now, located at 801 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth, its founder is Timothy Gasson. Now, the inductees, including 30 players, 4 coaches, 6 builders, one ice official, 10 legends of the game, and the Howe family including Colleen Howe, which is the matriarch of the Howe family. Now, in 2009, the voting ballot on 2010 inductees, which had been reviewed by members of the Society for International Hockey Research and the president of the IHF, International Hockey Hall of Fame, my apologies, were distributed to former WHA players and personnel, media members, and invited hockey notables. All WHA veterans were eligible for induction. So technically, everybody was nominated, which is very cool. Now, the inaugural members of the WHA Hall of Fame were announced in 2010, with 41 individual members plus the Howe family, including, again, Colleen, Gordy, Marty, and Mark, who were inducted as a family, not just players, making up the initial group of inductees. Now, 8 additional individual members were inducted in 2012. The Hall of Fame also includes 10 individuals as legends of the game, who are included in recognition of their significant contributions of career start in the WHA. Now, this list includes some Hockey Hall of Famers and some NHL players that, again, had expanded career after jumping from the WHA to the NHL. So bear with me, it's quite a long list. We'll look at them. Serge Bernier, Christian Bordelot, Robbie Ftorek, Anders Hedberg, Bobby Hull, of course, Andre Lacroix, Danny Lawson, Rick Leduc, Larry Lund, Ulf Nielsen, Kent Nielsen, Terry Ruskowski, Mark Tardif, Mike Shaky Walton, Tom Webster, Teddy Green, Al Hamilton, Ron Plum, Rick Lee, Paul Schmier, Lars Eric Schoberg, Pat Stapleton, J.C. Trombley, the former Montreal Canadian, Richard King Brodeur, Jerry Cheevers, Joe Daly, Ron Graham, Al Smith, Ernie Wakely, Coach Jacques Demers, Coach Bill Deneen, Coach Jack Kelly, Coach Harry Neal, and in the builders category, Howard Baldwin, the great John F. Bassett, Gary Davidson, Ben Hatskin, Billy Hunter, Dennis Murphy, referee Bill Friday, also an NHL stalwart, and the legends, Mike Gartner, Michel Goulet, Wayne Gretzky, Davey Keon, Rod Langway, Frank Mahovlich, Johnny McKenzie, Marc Messier, Jacques Plante, and Glenn Sater. And again, the Howe family, Gordy, Mark, Marty, and Colleen. Now, if anybody wants any future reference, Timothy Gasson's great 2012 book, The World Hockey Association Hall of Fame, A Photographic History of the Rebel League, by St. Joanne's Press out of Haworth, New Jersey. I think there's still copies that are available out there. I don't know if it's the second or third edition. It's been published, but it's a very interesting read. I've been trying to find it through various means in recent years. Now, for any American listening to this podcast researching the WHA Hall of Fame, several of the players in the Hall of Fame are featured on my podcast channel. Now, I give an example. I do have a number of podcasts on my channel, so I'm trying to find a way to do a specific WHA history. I've done individual players who played in the NHL and WHA. I've done individual team recaps, but I'm going to try to do a season by season down the road, and I hope you bear with me on that. I'm researching more and more in the day of the WHA because when the WHA was there, I was only 7 when it started, and in my first year of high school when it folded, and I'm still learning more and more about it because I knew a lot about Winnipeg and Edmonton teams, and of course New England and Houston, but the other teams I'm learning as we go along. Like I only learned more about the Michigan Stags and the New Jersey, New York franchises just in recent months because people have asked me to do podcasts on specific players for those teams. So, ladies and gentlemen, take time to go to my podcast channel. I'm nearing 1,000 podcasts on my channel. Now, just as a reminder, on any YouTube channel, run individually, there's a search engine. So try to put in your favorite team in the WHA or favorite player. If it's there, it will call it up. And please give a listen. We've had over 125,000 page views on my channel, and that, though, doesn't seem much. But there is no monetization. Everything is word of mouth there. We're averaging, on occasion, 1,000 hits every 2 days, which, again, 500 a day. Doesn't seem like much, but again, we're not here for money. We're not here for fame. We're here. I'm a former award-winning sports reporter in Canada for 47 media outlets, and I wrote a sports column for many, many years, for over 35 years, give or take, for various venues, including a line called Sports File. So this Sports File adjunct or Sports File Vintage is a tribute to the many fans who read my newspapers, who are also fans of the WHA, the NHL, and the various movie and TV shows I've covered. I do news podcasts every once in a while, but that's easy hits because all you have to say is Trudeau bad, Trump bad, and you get 10,000 hits. That's not what we're here for. If someone's an asshole and everybody knows it, why call him an asshole? It's like Burt Reynolds or John Travolta or Brian Mulroney. You don't have to say it twice. We all know what they're like. So, and by the way, if you're a Trump supporter listening to this podcast, there's a certain hockey song you need to listen to if you haven't heard it before. Seek it out. Ask your friends what I mean, because you might be singing that in reverse to yourself this November. Have a good day. Bye.